Hey guys, how are you doing today? So today I am going to answer a question that I have been getting so many times. So here I am with my amazing chai tea, and I'm going to explain to you what is a cozy mystery. So let me get a drink and then we can get on to that. So good. So, my most popular video on my channel is my cozy mystery haul. And I get a lot of questions and comments on what is cozy mysteries on my Bookstagram, on my Twitter, and then here on YouTube as well. So I brought some of my favorite cozy mysteries out so that I can sort of give you a sneak peek on what I believe a cozy mystery is. And hopefully that'll help you sort of understand the genre a little bit more and maybe get into reading it, because it is a fantastic genre that has so much variety and it's so flexible in what the author can write and how they can write it. And I don't know, it's my favorite genre right now. It's been my favorite genre for a few years now, actually. So, for example, we've got Book Fair and Foul. It's an Ashton Corners Book Club mystery by Erica Chase. Most cozy mysteries are set in small towns. A lot of them are fictitious, but others can actually be real small towns in the United States. In Oxford, I read an Oxford Bakeshop mystery as well. It's super good. But it's set in a small town, and normally the protagonist is female, though there are some cozy mysteries where the protagonist is male. And it revolves around sort of like their day-to-day life of having friends and keeping their business afloat. I mean, different things like that that you can relate to. But then something, of course, happens, a murder. Now, it's not like an in-depth murder like you would see on CSI or Bones or a show like that. The murder is the main part, but it revolves more around the protagonist trying to help figure out how the murderer got away with it or might not get away with it, what happened. And my favorite part of cozy mysteries is trying to figure out the whodunit before the author tells me whodunit. So this one is all about the members of Ashton Corners Mystery Readers and Cheese Straw Society. Molly Matthews is now an owner of a Novel Plot, which is a bookstore that they started, and there's a murder that happens, and it's all about the members of this book club to sort of figure out why someone was murdered, and it's the protagonist's job to sort of figure it out. And most of the time the protagonist is not actually part of the police. They're not actually like a crime expert, but they sort of stumble upon clues. And so this is just one of them, one of the cozy mysteries. Another one that I like to read about is any Bakeshop mysteries or mysteries that have to do with like food and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why, but I really, really love it when they have recipes at the end of the book. A lot of them do. I guess this one does not. Oh, yes, it does. Like the raspberry Danish or the summer cilantro pasta salad, bacon wrapped figs. Hey, tell me if you would like to see me do a video with using the recipes from my cozy mystery books. I just thought of that. Wouldn't that be so much fun? Like, sort of just give you a little snippet of the chapter that this, whatever the recipe is, was in, and then make it. How cool would that be? Link, or tell me down below. Give me comments down below if you like that idea. So, this is really, really fun. I love that in the cover of all of the Bakeshop mysteries, she has a skull representing the death that's about to happen. This follows Juliet Capshaw. She is in the town of Ashland, Oregon, which is where the Shakespeare Festival goes, and I love the fact that a lot of these authors, like Ellie Alexander and Sophie Kelly and Cleo Coyle, they all write about places that they've been to or that they live in. That's one of the awesome things about Cozy Mysteries, is that you can relate to a lot of the stuff that's going on because it's just like a small town. Now, the town that I live in, Broken Arrow, is getting bigger, but it still sort of has that small town feel. We still have a main street, and it's just, I love that they do that. One of my other favorite types of books, this is a Magical Cats Mystery by Sophie Kelly. I love it when they sort of have like an animal sidekick, which you'll see that a lot of the books of Cozy Mysteries do, whether they're cats, whether they're dogs. It's a lot of fun. So like, for example, I just got done reading A Midwinter's Tale by Sophie Kelly. It's the 6th one in this series. And we've got Owen and we've got Hercule. They help our main character, Kathleen, who is a librarian of the small town Mayville Heights, and they help her figure out the mysteries of the murder. They have special powers. So for example, Owen can turn invisible and he gets himself in very sneaky situations. And then there's Hercule, who actually, Hercules, sorry, there's Hercules, who actually looks a lot like my cat Tom. He can actually sort of like shift through walls, like he can actually go through walls and doors. And they help Kathleen, and they're sort of like sidekicks. And I love the story about the cats. They used to be feral, and only Kathleen can touch them and love on them, but they're so quirky, and I love their personalities with each other. It's fantastic. Another series that I really love is Elizabeth Lynn Casey's The Southern Sewing Circle. And again, it's set in a small town. If you're not seeing this theme, you should. It's in Sweetbriar, South Carolina. And it's all about Tori, who is also a librarian here in Sweetbriar. And the very first book is called So Deadly. I love the puns. Okay, guys, the puns are like the icing on top of the cake, or the cherry on top of the sundae for me. If they have a punny title that goes with the type of book it is, it's fantastic and I love it. So she moves to Sweetbriar after trying to sort of get away from her past, which is another theme that is very prevalent in Cozy Mysteries. And she meets these older ladies who are all part of the Southern Sewing Circle, and she's one of the youngest in the Southern Sewing Circle, and there's a lot of older ladies that sort of have like some spice to their attitude. They're sort of like very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very confident in themselves, but they're old enough now that they don't really care about what's going on in the social circles. Not that they don't gossip, because they do a lot, but they don't really care about what people think of them anymore. They're past that. They're done. And I love how much Tori sort of gets into the families with these ladies of the sewing circle, and she is also one that sort of gets into these little binds of falling on top of corpses, and then she's trying to figure out what happened, because a lot of times the local police are trying to blame one of her sewing circle friends or someone in their family, and this is her trying to figure it out. And this is the newest one, actually. It's Patterned After Death. Do you get it? Because they're a sewing circle and they use patterns. Oh, I love it. Another type of cozy mystery that I love are Coffeehouse Mysteries. And so this is Cleo Coyle, and I was bragging on her first two books about a month or two ago, and I finally got the third one, Latte Trouble. The puns, they're killing me. I love how much knowledge Cleo Coyle has about coffee. Like, it's not just we're gonna follow Claire Causey's adventure through trying to find a murderer and trying to figure out the whodunit. We're gonna learn about coffee as well, and I am an avid coffee drinker. Like, it's not that I don't want to be drinking tea right now. because I love me some tea. This is oolong and chai tea, and it's amazing. I love it. But I am a coffee girl, and I love that she has recipes behind here too, like the Vanilla Blends caramel chocolate latte, or Claire's foolproof homemade caramel chocolate syrup that you could put in your coffee. But it goes on and on. Like, they're Italian as well, so they talk about like the Village Blends, Guide to Roasting Terms, and different things like that. So as a teacher, I love that I learn as well as I'm sort of going away from my world. These are just like a snippet of my cozy mystery books that I have in my office. I really, really, really wanted to answer the questions that people had about cozy mysteries and why they're so amazing and entertaining to me. These aren't even all of my amazing authors that I love and I follow and that have sort of become my friends who are not really my friends, kind of way. I love Agatha Frost. She does a lot of her books on Kindle Unlimited, and like Murder and Macaroons, and I love that her titles are all alliteration, and I have her next two books. I got them sent to me in advance before they got published, and I haven't read them yet, but I'm dying to. Let me know if you really want to see a cooking sort of video with me taking the recipes from some of the backs of the Cozy Mystery books. I think that would be a lot of fun. Like this video if you want me to do that, and leave a comment down below. Make sure that you hit that notification bell because I post a video every Wednesday and Friday. And that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, and happy reading. Bye.